Hi there, it is Charlie here, the Life and Career Redesign Coach. And today and this week, I am talking about managing your energy by getting enough rest. And I found a fascinating study from a Dr. Sandra Dalton-Smith, who says that actually there are 7 different types of rest that we need. And this really resonated with me because I have been getting enough sleep, and yet sometimes I still wake up exhausted. So I don't know if you resonate with that, but I feel it's something that we all experience, and we tend to go for, I'm tired, I need to rest, I need to sleep. Well, actually, if there's 7 different types of rest, maybe we're not getting the ones that we need. So in reading this, I discovered there's a type of rest that I need that I'm definitely not getting. So I'm going to go into these 7 different types now, and then talk a little bit around how we can actually start to nourish ourselves with them. So the first one is one that we're all familiar with, which is getting rest and restoration physically. The second one is getting mental rest and restoration. The third is sensory. The fourth is creative. The fifth is emotional. The sixth is social. And the seventh is spiritual. So I think if we start with the first one, it's something that we can all relate to. But what she outlines is that actually it can be passive or active, your rest, your physical rest. So passive rest would include things like sleeping and napping, big fan. While active rest would be things more like doing yoga, stretching, having a massage to improve blood flow. Also big fan of all of those. And so I think those are the ones we're more familiar with. I'm tired, I will rest. I'll take a nap, or I'll sit and rest. I'm not sure we think about necessarily yoga and stretching as active rest, but it's really interesting when you think about it in that way. How might you actually incorporate more of that into your day? The second type of rest that I want to talk about today is the one that I've identified that I really need. And that is taking mental rest. So this is where we can't disconnect from our work. Maybe you go to sleep, but you dream about it, or you've stayed up all night because you are sure that you've got to deliver the workload that you've got. So if that's you, and I think it is a lot of us, how do we get the mental rest that we need? And so what one technique could be is to actually schedule in rests during the day. So actually scheduling in time to get away from your desk and into nature. And don't take a podcast, don't take anything else, just go for a walk. You know, really don't be connected to technology, which links to one of the other types of rest that you can get. So that's one way you could try and get mental rest. You don't necessarily have to take a holiday, because let's be honest, if you're unable to unplug from your work and to get mental rest, you will just take that with you when you go on leave. So this is something that I'm going to be working on, because I am super engaged in the work that I'm doing at the moment. So even though I'm not stressed about my work, I love it. And so I'm putting everything into it. And so I will think about it as I go to sleep. I'll wake up in the night with ideas, and I'm exhausted. So I really need to learn to stop and unplug and get that mental rest. If you have techniques that you use to do this, I'd love to hear them. So do share them, and I'll dive into the other different types of rest and restoration that we need in the coming days. See you then. Talking about rest and restoration when you are shattered. Oh. Oh. Come on, let's go. Energy. The irony of discussing this while feeling absolutely shattered from not getting enough rest and restoration.